ahead.
KOH was awesome. I do not think Pope should ever go there. He
Why?
will want to come back and build a race car. I am telling you. I promise you that.
He already
He
thinks
wants to.
that. See, this is what we've already said, and this is a terrible thing to say, but we kind of want to do it, and I would do the rock, and he would do the fast part. Like we'd switch who drove.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Can you believe that came out of her mouth?
I think it would be interesting.
I'm gonna mark it, and I'm gonna hold on to that clip for you guys. So someday.
Yeah.
But you think Pope would drive a race car?
You can name the race car Rock and Roll.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I could have told you that based on on Pope's interaction with the video that he did out in the back of the. Where the hell were you?
Creed.
You're just
with
cruising,
Creed.
yeah, with Creed.
Hey guys, it's Mary from Jeeping and Teal, and you're listening to Trailhead Podcast. Ok, salut tout le monde, c'est Marie-France de Jeeping and Teal et vous écoutez The Trailhead Podcast.
Wave it up, let it roar, feel the ground shake. Pedal down, dust flying, no time to waste. The trail is calling, engine power on a roll. This is where trails start and stories unfold. On the starlit skies, where the wild things roam. Every trail a journey, every Jeep a home. Meet me at the trailhead, where the wild ones run. The dust kicks high and the day's not done. With the road wide open and the turn in our soul. This is where trails start and our stories unfold.
Oh, whoa! I'm sorry to interrupt everybody, but welcome to the Trailhead. I don't know what to do with this. I'm not sure I don't know if anybody knows who the hell's on, who just popped in right now.
He's the guy that does the voicemail, so we're not getting a voicemail. We're getting a live voicemail.
This is a live voicemail. Welcome, Nathan.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, Nathan.
Shit, his witness protection thing isn't working.
Yeah, well, that's Riverside for you. That's how this works. Hey, man, welcome.
Welcome. It's fun to see your face.
I figured it's about time, right? New year.
Yeah, new year, new you.
Well, that's the nice part. Is like
Hey.
I try to set this up so y'all don't have to do anything except show up and drink.
YOLO.
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 I don't.
Yeah.
You're not a. I don't feel like you're a YOLOer.
I'm not.
Okay. I don't.
I'm a
I
woo.
just want to make sure.
I'm a woo.
You're all
He's
right.
a woo girl.
He's a woo
Yeah.
girl. And Mike, I got to give you credit too. Alyssa upgrading the background. Mike upgrading. Like, all right, give it. I respect it.
I like the
This is-
background there.
Hey, and then yeah, Nathan's got a setup back there too. So all right, everybody but phoning it in from the hotel. But I'll give that to you because you're at a hotel.
Come on, like, what do you want? I got cops on one TV and diners, drive-ins, and dives on the other.
Oh,
Okay.
You should have cops in the background. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I could try and get the screens. You know,
I don't because I don't want to have to play with the copyright stuff. I tried to play a clip. I tried to play a clip from the roast, the Tom Brady roast, and I got flagged, so I had to bring it down both versions and put them back up. It was a fun day.
Oh,
Yeah,
was that with
so-
the reference to the yellow Jeep?
Yeah. So those kinds of things can only happen live now, and then if we do them live, I have to cut them. So we can. I just have to cut them from the final show. All right. Well,
Should we do some Howard Stern style podcasting and see what happens?
I thought this was already Howard Stern style podcasting.
oh no.
What the hell have we been doing for a year and a half?
Hoper, are you talking
this
Howard
is-
Stern
this is-
pre-2001 or Howard Stern Sirius XM?
Howard Stern pre-2001.
Okay, now that's legit. I'm down for that.
Wow.
All right.
Kids, if you don't know who Howard Stern is, go out there and watch the mockumentary that he made. You won't really like him, but it's funny, and it's not really true, but it's funny. So,
Actually, first go slap your parents because they didn't raise you right,
well,
and then go watch Howard Stern.
again, see the disclaimer that plays before and after the show.
I said it.
Despite
I'm not
my
responsible.
best efforts, I still found Howard Stern.
Yeah. Well, that was the nice part about that back in the day. It was just radio, and he was just pushing the limits of what was. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, yeah, we're not doing that here.
Okay.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. We have got a full ass panel tonight. Let's go around the room here. So we already went with Nathan. So Nathan, how you doing, man? Officially?
I'm doing good. Good to be here. Didn't have much
Awesome,
this
man. Well,
week for voicemail, so maybe I'll think of something while we're here.
No, you're good, man. We got plenty to talk about. There's lots of news and a ton of vehicles, and we have been busy sending videos to each other all week. The other one, let's see. Let's go to Bryan. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are y'all? Kate and I are traveling again, like usual. So
Yeah, in an undisclosed location in Arizona.
we are in Page, Arizona.
It's not undisclosed.
You know, have you ever? What was that movie?
Raising Arizona.
What?
That's a great movie.
No, the ones with the aliens. Oh, Extinction. Yeah. Yep.
There's a ton of them. With
We're
aliens,
right.
But,
No,
okay.
it's the one with David Duchovny where it's comedy.
Oh, Evolution.
Evolution, that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah, that movie is really hilarious.
We started our day at 3:30 this morning in Mesquite, Nevada, and drove to Salt Lake City, and then drove to Page, and we're in Phoenix tomorrow, and then back home on Sunday. And then, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
For what? Why are you traveling like that? Because you're crazy?
Because we're crazy.
Hey.
We have limitless OR. Marky Mark. It's his girlfriend's birthday tomorrow, so we decided to come down for the birthday party. Just to be good friends because she's a really nice person. And so, but we had to go up to Salt Lake City because I need to look at these axles.
You need to?
I needed to. I had to. Like my life is a little more fulfilled after seeing them.
So did you buy them or did you leave them?
I'm having them built.
Okay.
Super Duty 60 in the front. I'll disclose that at a later date.
Oh.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know if he wants it disclosed yet.
That's fair. Okay.
That's
why. You don't have to.
With a Sterling 14 bolt in the rear.
Cool.
All right.
And then we're doing 2.5. We're doing 2.5 14-inch coilovers.
Sweet.
So
nice. Very nice, man. All right.
I you know what? I want to go blow up. I want to try and blow up a Sterling with Pope right there watching. Pope did it for me. I want to do it for Pope.
Return the favor, huh?
Yep.
I mean, you do you.
I'll help tow you off.
Yeah. So, Beatrice is going to change. It's like I said, we're in Page, Arizona. It's an evolution.
Yeah.
I think everybody's is. Everybody's is.
Full circle.
It's awesome. A circle. Oh, good Lord. All right. Next on my hit list is Mike. Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, doing all right, buddy. Well, I'll get to my crap in a minute. How's your Jeep doing? Everything good? You haven't taken it out and breaking it? Like it's been too cold for that shit here.
No, it's been in the garage since Craig rolled his Jeep.
Is it like the Jaws thing? Like you just don't want to go back in the water, or is it just haven't really had time?
Just haven't really had time to do it. Go out and take it out. Well, I take that back. We went out and did a little pre-Valentine's Day. We went up Old Stage Road up to Victor and then had lunch in Cripple Creek. Did a little gambling. Had a nice dinner and came home.
That's
Okay.
fun.
That's awesome.
So that's all. That's all we did.
Nice.
Hey, it doesn't have to be big and special. This time of year, I don't. As much as Randy and Pope loathe them, the dirt roads are my friends because it keeps me away from the snow and the ice. Usually,
I like dirt roads too.
I know you do. I'm just giving you crap. Yeah, no,
Just like
Old Stage
what our
is a good one.
definition of dirt road is.
Huh?
Wait, whose definition of a dirt road is?
Like our definition of what we consider a dirt road is what we
Yeah,
like.
no. This is a straight dirt road. This is just a
I like
a road
dirt roads.
that's flat and dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you can go fast. That's when we test out our
Yeah,
coilovers.
flat and dirty, you go fast.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mike, you and I should talk at some point. I want to know how you're going to feel about the camping, or excuse me, the shooting ban that they're going to enact up there. They won't be able to shoot on Old Stage Road anymore.
I'm all for it.
I am too. It's and there's a whole reason behind it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, the reason is because people don't pick up their shit.
Mm-hmm.
They leave their targets there, all the shells. I mean, they just make a mess and they just leave it for other people to, they expect someone else is going to pick it up for them.
Well, a lot of times it's 4x4 groups too. That's the big kicker. So, because it's just a mess. So yeah, that's gonna be a whole big thing here. They're gonna go down to, you can still shoot in the Pike National Forest. They're just gonna reduce it to certain areas and I think 6 ranges. It's only within Pike National Forest, and it's just too busy here. There's too many people. It's right next to a populated area.
Yeah.
Right here at the top of Mount Herman Road, you drive 5 minutes after you turn off onto Rampart Range, and you're in. It's just a hellscape of like leftover shell casings and damaged trees. It's just not fun. It's not fun on a Sunday. All right.
No.
Anyway, let's see here. Though the next is me, and I don't want to talk about myself. So, Alyssa, how you doing?
Just hanging out with you guys.
I love the new background. It looks fantastic. You getting all set up?
I don't know. It's kind of been here. I just haven't used it, so I'm trying it out tonight. Mm-hmm.
There you go. It becomes a problem then, is that you become very aware of what is in the peripheral, and then this happens. So just I'm letting you know that right now. So, although all this has to change, the dog's going to be very upset because he just got used to laying up there, and I want to move it around.
Aww.
So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, he doesn't pee in anything. Yeah. All right, Pope Randi, how you guys doing? Other than
we're good. We're chaotic over here somehow. We have the plague.
We got the plague. Misfits got the plague.
Misfits got the plague. How did you break it?
Oh, Misfit needs a new cat. I think I had to talk to Mark about this because I think he's gone through similar issues. But the exhaust gets so hot and it burns up shit, including itself.
Oh, that's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the cat has burned out, like the parts of the inside are just starting to rotate around. It actually sounds like what would happen is I'd first start the engine up, it would pop a few times, and then as you build up pressure and get RPMs going, the sound would go away. But I'm like, what is this? Is this like a ticking sound? And I started doing some research on ticking sounds, and I'm like, oh shit, it sounds like a lifter tick or whatever, but it's not that. And then anyway, we kept digging. I kept digging or thinking it's one thing or another. It sounds like it doesn't have any damn oil in it.
Oh.
Like it literally sounds like I'm just running, and it was like popping.
That's
it
not
was
good.
Scary.
Yeah. But we actually were like feeling around and we could tell it was coming from the exhaust. We could tell it wasn't coming from the motor. And we're like, well, whatever it is, it's nothing bad's going to happen. It's either the exhaust is hitting something on your skid plate or something. And it was actually like, yeah, the cat being bad it's still drivable, but it's a bad thing.
That's just it telling you don't need the cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight pipes and you're
Take it out.
It just sounds well.
Yeah.
What else are you doing to it while you're
So while we're fixing that,
So while that's happening, there's always the addendum.
we already had a plan. This is how it works with us. We have a plan to go into impulse, and something else breaks right as it's on its way in. And so I'm going into impulse to get my smart steering stabilizer installed properly, and then there's getting a new fucking tie rod in because I'm hard on them. And
Not you.
I'm telling you, if it was any other brand, they would be bent or broken. I'm just I'm just really rough on it, right? And then I already had this plan, so we're gonna do cutouts on Misfits. So I'll have a button on my S pod to turn off the main factory exhaust and go straight out. So it'll be nice and rowdy. You know, it's a 4-car for a minute.
Like I'm just,
Like
I'm
it's a
not
well-behaved
at all
exhaust normally,
surprised.
except for that it's burning itself up. So obviously it needs to be a little rowdier than what they make it.
Right.
And doing some cutouts on it is going to be super nice.
Oh my God.
Does St. George have admissions?
No.
Not
St. George
bad.
doesn't, and Utah in general doesn't have safety anymore. Like,
Oh, okay. They just got rid of it totally.
They
They just decided it's just optional. Yeah.
That's why our street legal Jeeps have 42-inch tires and no fenders.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
So, you know, well, Misfit was not that rowdy, and he wanted him a little rowdier, and this is a good option. So, yeah, it will be fun.
All right.
You'll hear him coming.
There's an exhaust leak the Impulse is gonna look at. Also, the flange doesn't seal right, so it sounds like it's whistling. And if I really get after it, I can piss off the motor.
Do you really want to though?
Piss off the motor?
Yeah.
No, that's why I need to have them fix it.
All right.
But what are we doing to Jim?
Oh, Jim's got news too.
Oh, we're just taking off her.
No,
we're
Jem?
just taking off her roof.
No, Jem's doing good. I got my coil packs replaced, and I think I finally have my gas problem figured out.
Oh,
I
dude,
think my Jeep was like this weekend. It was really nice. It was the best Jem's felt since my rollover, actually.
Oh,
I got
cool.
new spark plugs and new coil packs, and I feel like it's the first time like her gas is actually like worked. Like I was having a problem, really big problem she felt really good at Rubicon, but and then it started feeling crappy around Trail Hero, and then we've had to fix like all kinds of stuff, and we finally just changed the coil packs out, and it's like, yeah, she is finally dialed back in. I have her turbo back. That's cool.
Randy,
I forgot. I was like, shoot, I've got my missile back. I gotta like be careful.
Got to figure out the beans again.
Yeah, I got to figure out the beans again. I was having a good time. I was trying to get on some like steep stuff and kind of play around with her, but she feels great. And then she's going to be at Slorex in the Motobuilt booth
cool.
next week. So she gets to go in and get a whole detail. So she's going to be pretty.
Very nice.
Sorry.
Get all the
He's
sand
like
out of it.
6 months old and like nuts right now. Sorry.
He's humping the air
he's
in front
huge.
of the other dogs.
He's
he's like standing in front of him in the air.
I remember that age.
He's huge. He's like,
yeah.
I mean,
I miss those years.
he's bigger than Moose. He's officially heavier than Moose is, and he's only 6 months old. He's 20. I weighed him today, and he was 28.5, and he's 6 months old. So he'll probably be close to 40.
Was that 15 pounds? Is it like 15 pounds in head?
Yeah, it is. It's all head, dude. This thing grows like every day. It gets bigger, and like it's so heavy that like he's top heavy. So you pick him up, and he goes, "Dude, you have to like adjust for the head." And then he actually like it's so heavy for him. He goes and he like everything he does, he has to rest his head on something. Like he has to have like a head spot. because his head gets so heavy. It's hilarious. Like when he puts his head on your knee, it's like head.
Good Lord.
He's so freaking cute though. I just can't even stand him. He's like the best.
As long as you understand that he's a mutant.
He's a dupe. He is like, there is all the lights are on, nobody's home. He just loves you. If he's just, yeah, he's
I remember
wonderful.
those years.
He's the spork of dogs.
He is just a dupe. Like I think the song in his head is
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hi.
I'd like to see these two play. He loves dogs that are a little bit smaller than him because they like to play.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be very small for very long. Like, I mean, he never was small. He's twice the size of his sister.
Fair
It's
enough.
crazy how much bigger he is than everybody else. But he's like a full-sized Frenchie, and he's only 6 months old. And he just keeps growing. Every day I wake up, and he's just bigger.
Yeah, he outweighs Humphrey now.
Yeah.
Wes's Frenchie.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Huh. All right.
He's
Well,
going to be huge.
all right. Well, I don't have any dog updates for you guys.
Yeah.
The dog is fine. He's sitting here. He's pissed off that he's locked in the room here again. But I do have a Jeep update to share.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah.
get your clock spring fixed?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I didn't. So, I still have an oil leak.
Bill?
Yay!
Wow.
So, it's not terrible, but the oil pan was not the problem. So the good part is that now whatever's been leaking for 2 years is leaking at least enough that it should be traceable. But they didn't find it, so they're going to take it back in on Monday and take another look at it and try to figure out what's going on. But yeah, I'm still leaking oil. And
if it's leaking oil,
no,
at least it's got oil.
there is that. And it's not leaking that fast, so it's not fatal at the moment.
Good.
So it's just frustrating. So, and I really don't think it's from the initial work that they did for the engine. I think it's left over from whatever's been plaguing me for a long time. And whatever work they did just made it worse. So, yeah, that's mine. I'm still going to try to get it. What'd you say?
Done the oil cooler on that? Have you changed out the oil cooler on that?
I have not, but the oil cooler is not cracked this time. No. I did check it this time. Well, it's cracked a couple times. I'm at the place now where if it cracks again, we're at the place of just putting the aftermarket one in. Because up till now, so you used to be able to take it in to a dealership and say, hey, I've got this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. And then whatever problems were covered under your warranty, you paid one deductible. And nowadays they're going in and they're making you do it each individual time, or each individual issue is separate. So it's not worth just getting the oil cooler replaced with something else that I've got to get, a seatbelt replaced or something like that. So next one will be a metal one which is what they should be putting in the damn things in the first place. Yeah. But that's a different discussion. Especially here in Colorado.
JD might be getting a new steering wheel. You might be getting a new steering wheel at EJS.
I will. There's I might have a benefactor that has one available for me that I could put in and get working. And then I can charge. I believe I could submit that to Mopar and get my money back for whatever I spend on it. So we'll see how that works. But yeah. EJS I'm really hoping EJS is looking like it's going to happen at least in some small capacity, but it's just going to be rough, man. Because I got that Trail Hero, man. That Trail Hero Expeditions. I got that invite, and I want to do it, but man, it's. I don't want to disclose the pricing. I'll leave that to other people.
Yeah, we were.
Thanks.
So we've looked at it a couple ways, JD, and.
Yeah,
I have to. We're not.
I know. I have to.
We're not going to do it, and part of the reason why we're not going to do it is we don't need that exposure, and we're not off-road. I mean, we're off-roaders, but we're not overlanders. So like taking that opportunity away from somebody else who is an overlander who wants that exposure for one, and the other one is it's pretty up there, and you know
we're not.
we come as a pair, right?
So that's times two. We're like, yeah, right.
Valid point. That would be a double entry fee for you guys on that.
Yeah, we're like, there's a lot of really cool things that we could do with that much money. So we're like,
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is if I do that, I can't do a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, it's two.
There's a
Plus
lot of
it starts
adventures
on
to be
Mother's Day
had.
weekend too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's like a
and
whole
between
my
that and the
mom, I'm
cost, I
already
had
on
to
my
talk to the
parents'
wife
shit
about it.
list for like missing their birthdays and Christmas.
You can bring them
Do
in.
it. That tends to get you on the I mean, you could, but I don't think they. I get the feeling that Pope and Randy's parents don't want nothing to do with off-roading.
We keep trying to get them to come back. Like Randy's parents went once and they never come back. My mom has just been afraid of it her whole life because I guess when they were growing up, the kids who had Jeeps were rolling them all the time.
I think if we called up your dad and said, you're coming with us, he'd be like, okay, when are you picking me up?
He might.
They can ride
It's a
with
long
me.
ride though.
I'm co-driving. I'm co-driving for a vehicle, so I have nothing to do with it. I'm just co-driving for a vehicle for it.
So yeah, but that was
that's
our
fun.
You're essentially
that was our
staff.
thought on it.
Yeah, and,
You're gonna do
lining
some
up
staff
sponsors for him, to pay the fee.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it is,
cool.
it is hefty. But he is also a true blue overlander.
And that's how I would approach it too. Is I would be going to get sponsors to help me with the fee, get their logo on the screen.
See, and we're not those people. We're not those people. We're not going to ask anybody for anything. We're not.
And here's the thing: I would actually do that if I had more than 2 months to try to get that put together.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm not trying to get that Jeep ready for that in 2 months
Now,
either.
I
That's
know
the other
people
part.
who know people. I could probably line something up if I wanted to, but that's exactly
the same thing.
Or not.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
The amount of work that we would have to do to get both of our vehicles together to like put it in another genre when it comes to like off-roading, like because if we're gonna do it, we're doing it as Gem and the Misfit. We don't go just it wouldn't be just one of us. It would be dumb. Like it would just be I don't know. So
I mean, come to the beginning party and come to the end party. You can stay.
That is an option. That's an option because the hotel's got cheap rooms.
For me, it's a 30-hour drive just for the party. So.
JD, you don't have to stay at a hotel.
30-hour drive.
So I'm coming for
Come on,
everything.
you get on a plane, Nathan. You can ride with one of us.
Oh no, I haven't backed out yet. I talked to wife. I'm still semi-committed, depending on how things go. But like JD said,
awesome.
The time frame is the killer part because it's not even 2 months because that email, it's the next phase. Who knows when you get the final thumbs up though? Like if it's 3 weeks, that's a little crazy. Because like I said, I still got the wife on board, but between the time frame and it's also right as my oldest one's about to graduate high school here. So my wife's like, if anything event wise for that comes up, she's out. So because right now she's on board for going with me. I might fly her out there so she doesn't have to do the drive cross country. She might be done before we get there if that's the case.
Well, that's another hour to Vegas. It's another hour to Vegas. So
at that point, I'm not worried about it. After 30 hours, what's an extra hour?
I think
JD, I have a place for you to stay for free.
Out.
We'll talk.
If you take the TV package out of it, JD, and you're just going for the adventure, it's not that bad of a deal for an adventure. It's really pricey if you just put yourself on TV, but for the rest of the adventure, it's not that bad of a price because it's. Although I would say Jeepers Jamboree was the cost of 1 day of this. So.
Yeah, exactly. It will. Yeah, like.
And I get it.
And they feed you, and
they feed you, and that was kind of my other thing too. Like that was the other piece of it too. Like on top of all of that, you have to provide all that for yourself, and So maybe I feel like if I had more prep time, that might be an option, maybe. But I think it's not going to happen this year just because of that. And I mean, just at a cost level, as much as I'd like to do it, if I do that axes like 3 or 4 other things I could potentially do this year.
Right.
And I want to go to Trail Hero.
I want to have a lot of longer weekends where I go hang out in San Hollow rather than eat up a week.
I have a lot of sick time.
I want
And I
axles.
want to use it.
You want axles?
You want axles. So,
Are you saying that to us or the person in the other room of the hotel?
Nope. I'm already co-driving. I just have to help find sponsors, and you know that's the easy part, especially coming from the overlanding world. I know the people in the overlanding world that will fork up the money for the video to have that rig that will be in it. To do that. It's not and that's the way I look at it from that is it's hard to ask for that, but knowing the rig and knowing that rig is at every Overland Expo in a booth for certain companies, it'll benefit to be able to play that video on a screen at the event at the Overland Expos.
Right.
For that company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No, there's.
100%.
I think that there's a lot of different ways that you can go about it, and I think that that's like, I think that's a great avenue.
But we're like, I don't think that it's appropriate for us because we're just not trying. We don't need to promote anything.
No.
Yeah. I would love to do it just to do it for the fun of doing something like that. But there's so much. Yeah. I'm not prepared at all. Not by May for that kind of adventure. I need an overland trailer with a 2-door Jeep, and I need gear that I just don't have, and I'm not going to get in 2 months. So
it's going to be 100 degrees by then. So too.
Yeah.
And then there's that. I don't. Yeah. I also
you'll need to bring like a pallet of water.
No kidding.
I mean, Mesquite will be 80 degrees next week, which means it'll be 90 the week after, and then come April it's 100. It's 100 degrees.
It's 9 degrees here this week, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
Nope. I'll stick with my knees. Don't hurt at 70 degrees.
It wasn't much better
here,
Nathan. Don't feel bad.
I was in St. George till Wednesday, and it was 70 degrees. Oh, so nice.
Yeah, it was
so nice.
Low 20s today, and our city cops are on Harleys out there. I give those guys credit.
That is insane.
Wow. All right. Well, I feel like that wraps up our business, and we're 35 minutes in, so we should end there. On that, we did not get any new reviews, and so we're only 9 away from giving away the swag pack. We're giving it away, and then I'm gonna call it. We're gonna give it away by June. Somehow, some way, we're gonna make it happen. And then if you so normally I would say be like Nathan and leave us a voicemail, but Nathan's on the show, so in order to be on the show, the first thing you got to do is leave us a voicemail. So you can do that at 719-408-0132. And just leave us a voicemail. I'd love to play it on the show. Offer stands. I will play whatever stupidity you guys leave until I regret it, and then I will even play through the regret, and then I will say, okay, I'm done now, just to tell you that I got that far. But that's all the news that I have for show wise. We just had the Crash Fab episode that dropped yesterday, and I see you got the Crash Fab logo going there. I gotta get a shirt from him next time I see him. That was a fun interview. Really cool guy, Justin from Crash Fab. Just a guy who really liked welding and turned it into a business. So
that's a good way to do it.
I mean, seriously, he had some really he had some really good suggestions about not making your roll cage the first thing you learn how to weld on, though. So I highly recommend listening to his sage advice on that.
Yeah, I've got to rethink my summer project now.
You really should. You've been doing that for a while, haven't you?
Start with a steel gate. Start with a steel gate, and then move on to maybe
maybe some lawn ornaments or something.
A trellis for the garden.
Build flamingos. I'll buy one.
There you go.
Okay.
I should just bring you one of these flamingos we have up here.
Yeah.
We should get those fixed. Whatever. Let's keep talking.
Let's keep talking. Oh boy. All right. Let's see. I don't have any other news for you. I wanted to do.
I have one question though. I have a question
Yes.
for Bryan. How was KOH and being in the pits and stuff? Like I literally have
Oh,
been
good
wanting
lord! I
to
totally
ask
forgot
you.
you went to KOH.
I want to hear about this. Like, sorry, I'm just like.
No, go ahead.
KOH was awesome. I do not think Pope should ever go there. He
Why?
will want to come back and build a race car. I am telling you. I promise you that.
He already
He already wants
thinks
to.
that. See, this is what we've already said, and this is a terrible thing to say, but we kind of want to do it, and I would do the rock, and he would do the fast part. Like we'd switch who drove.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Can you believe that came out of her mouth?
I think it would be interesting.
I'm gonna mark it, and I'm gonna hold on to that clip for you guys someday.
Yeah.
But you think Pope would drive a race car?
You can name the race car Rock and Roll.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I could have told you that based on on Pope's interaction with the video that he did out in the back of the. Where the hell were you?
Creed.
You were just
With
cruising,
Creed.
yeah, with Creed.
Yeah,
the Salt Flats.
No, it was so we went out on Wednesday. We're in the pits Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and came home Sunday. It was awesome to be around all the race cars. It was awesome to be around all the people. Seat Time Syndicate is by far amazing. The rigs performed phenomenally. And running tires all the way out to Far Pit, that was fun. With Matt and Alan. And
Where
then
did you guys drive to do that?
we drove a stock Gladiator.
Oh, okay.
With 437 tires in the bed. And then we drove Alan's, Lori and Alan. Lori Builds and Wheels, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, we drove their black Gladiator out to do that. And then Holly did phenomenal. She's an inspiration to just watch her constant positivity and everything that she does when it comes to that whole race team. It was really, and then after the race, I got to cook for everybody. So that was nice to make sure everybody got a good meal at 11 o'clock at night after race. It was kind of Kate and I were already planning on going out. But it happened to be Aqua Jeep guy's birthday, and so I picked up the phone and called him and said, "Hey, get to my house. If you can be at my house at 5 a.m., you can roll the KOH with us for free."
Oh,
and
was he
so
there
we
by
took
5
him
a.m.?
out there. He was
"Yes, please."
Yes, he was. Yes. He was at my house at I think I actually said 6 a.m. and he was at my house at 5:30. And we didn't actually leave until 7. I was planning on how, most people show up to trail.
Yeah. You always pad an hour. You always pad an hour.
How Matt usually is.
Yeah, you have to give the Aqua family a little extra time. It's a little hard for them to get out and get going in the morning.
But he ran to KOH. All you had to do was say yes. He said yes, please. He didn't have any kids to have to deal with. He jumped out the house and he went.
Left he timed it like he was going to have to deal with kids, and he was a half hour early.
Yeah, he's so used to it. What time do I have to be at your house? I said you need to leave my house the exact time. You need to leave your house the exact time you need to be at my house. Because it's exactly 1 hour to get from their house to our house, and he was there. He was there. It was for my first KOH experience. At the end of the day, I wanted to build a race car. I have a CJ7 sitting in the garage on coilovers with a 6.2 liter LS3, and I'm like, oh, and then I get slapped, and then the whole pocketbook goes in my face and goes, yeah, that's $120,000 race cars that they're running out there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I went,
don't let them fool you.
Why gotta? Man, everybody wants to be Dale Earnhardt once. I don't even want to race it. I want to be the guy that owns the race car I didn't want to race it at all. Like just getting it. Like I can imagine my back hurting just hitting the starting line. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm out. Nope,
Yeah,
nope.
that's exactly it.
But you know,
Oh God, you're
it was
right.
it was great to be a part of something. I mean, you know, Holly did phenomenal. She, you know, to race for 12 hours straight almost.
Mm-hmm.
And that's rough terrain. I mean, it is not easy terrain.
No.
And I just can't say enough. And especially on 37 nittos on trail grapplers. Those tires did awesome. Um, her race Jeep was tuned perfectly. Um, you know, it's a hard day. I'm sure
Okay.
Ruby was hurting the next day too. I didn't get to see Ruby. Um,
No.
we saw her start. I think the moon saw her start because their Jeep was so bright. Um,
I mean, but she
but
pimped
her,
it out. Like she had it ready to
yeah, it
go.
was. And then, but she was her pit was across like on the other side of the track from us,
Mm.
so we could see her come in and then leave. But we were right by the big Ford Bronco, right after the jump, and then you came in. But when the actual 4400 class came through, they were going to start like the day before they were going to start. They took the jump out completely,
Yeah,
and
they it's a
we
whole
were like,
thing.
what? Like this
Uh,
sucks.
yeah.
I wanted to watch AK jump it. Um, it's good to see. You know, it's good to see
Well,
your.
that's what's funny is they had everybody do it, and then they bring in the professional, like the most professional
yeah.
And then
ones,
they
and then
said
they
no,
took it
right?
away.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Um,
wait, what?
there. You know, I'm still wrapping my head around the whole thing. Next year we're planning on being out there for longer. Um, we had a great Airbnb that was about 30 minutes from the lake bed, so that was nice. Um, next year I'll probably cook more than I did this year, just because it makes it easier and we can keep diet and you can help keep diets on track. Um, because you don't want to be sluggish on race day. You don't want to be, um, because they're out there burning so many calories, dehydrated. Um, I mean, it's funny to watch somebody drink a bottle of water through a straw, through a full helmet while they're still harnessed in. Um, you know,
Yeah.
those were I could have more highlights. My mind is like,
No, it's okay. We'll prepare you.
I have to put it all down on paper.
You
We'll
didn't even
prepare you
mention the
next
race
time.
catheters.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
that's the fun one. So that's the fun one.
and you're still
So
married.
no, I didn't have to do any of that. Um, no,
I
no,
didn't know if that was like a
um,
partner thing, like you had to have somebody do
no,
it for you.
no.
No, but
So
they have like a
some of them wear
special potty
diapers. Yeah,
situation.
some of them wear diapers.
Yeah.
And some of them just pee on the PRP seats. They put the pee in the PRP. I shouldn't say that. I'm not sponsored by them.
And I'm sure
But
that's exactly what they want to hear as they're announcing all their
uh,
2025 partners. Yeah.
Well, you
let's
have the
cut that
drain
out.
hole right under your seat, right?
Yeah, I mean that's why you use but
Is that what the dream was?
there's so many other things that go into it that you never realize why those teams are out there for 3 weeks
Yeah.
and they only get like 1 or 2 days to play.
Yeah.
I never got up to I never went out to Chocolate Thunder. That's a whole other ball game that's a redneck murder waiting to happen. Um,
By the way, you're on the Redneck
um,
Murder list now, by the way, by just saying
you
that.
know
It's the
what?
Redneck Mafia. I hate to tell you this.
Send me your address. I'll send you some stickers.
And he will
Um,
then send you his address. Yeah, go ahead.
yes. No, I mean, we never, because once the fireworks start going off, my dog and we tend to want to go away from that as far as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that part of the whole thing I didn't partake in, and I probably won't ever, just because there's a lot of people out there, and there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of drunk people out there,
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
and
always
they're
less
doing
fingers by the end of the weekend than they started with,
Yeah,
at least for
I
somebody.
heard
yeah, I mean,
that.
I feel like it gets crazier every year. Like it's just like you just never know what you're gonna see from Chocolate Thunder.
Did I get the
well, and
drone?
from what I understand, the police presence was twice as large this year too.
Huh.
I mean, one of the rangers, one of the like BLM rangers busted his rear diff on his on his Tahoe. It was leaking diff fluid all up the hill because he
I saw
clipped it on a
that.
rock.
He just hit
Yeah.
like one rock in the middle of this flat
Yep.
area, right? And
Yep.
it was just like draining out and like the saddest thing. And he's just, oh my gosh, it was so funny. It was like, oh
But
my God, were you
one of
just
the race
not
teams
being.
went over and fixed it. One of the
Mhm.
race teams went over and
That's
fixed
cool.
it, so he
That's
was
cool.
right back out. They're just there to keep them safe because
Yeah.
they're out there until 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah. And I'll
And
give everybody credit at King of Hammers. Like there's probably a conversation to be had about how much drinking and stuff and all that stuff goes on out there, but the amount of volunteer work that goes on to clean up afterwards, and the amount of just the people being there together. Like there's the crazy
Yeah, like
videos.
the Gambler 500 people cleaning up Chocolate Thunder every day,
Yeah,
for example.
like it was impressive. So
I
for
mean,
all the stupid,
we were doing fob checks for zip ties just to pick up zip ties off the ground. Because when you go out there as a race team, you cannot leave any trace.
Okay.
That you were there. Like you're supposed to rake the ground after you pick up your tarps. Like it's crazy. Like California's crazy. It's insane.
Well,
But
to be fair,
I mean, the gate guy was cool. He looked like 50 Cent. I was like, I was like, oh, this is cool. We in the club.
You
And
just for the record, Bryan, just so you know, you will never be in the club. I hate to say that.
that's why I want new axles. Maybe then I'll get in the club.
Shit. It's worth a try. Okay, I'll give that to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a blast. I can't wait for next year. I have nothing but admiration for every single one of those drivers, every single one of those teams they're doing things before 10 o'clock in the morning that I could never think of doing.
Yeah, it's just insane. It's just insane. So
I get out of the truck and I'm tired. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, watching this, if you're listening, we're watching a video of just kind of a time lapse of the light traffic in and out of KOH, and it's just insane. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's a city.
Yay. All right. It's a pop-up city essentially. Wow.
Yeah, I mean the food was good. I mean when we had food, it was good. Tyree Lights, Eric and I, we have to have how do I put this in the right way? We have to have hot dogs.
Was this Eric's? Yeah. We really need to talk about this relationship. I think we need to have you and Eric on, and we need to have a conversation about
I don't know if
you
you
and
want
Wieners.
both. I don't know if you want two people that were born within hours of each other on the same podcast.
I do, though. I welcome that tornado and that hurricane, and I'm here for it.
Okay. Hey.
Chaos makes some of our
terrified.
best shows, buddy. Oh, yeah, I'm just telling you. Yeah, I know Randy hates it, but it does make some of our best shows.
We just won't have her on that episode.
Yeah.
Okay, there is that. We could do that, too.
And she won't grab my shoulder and tell me to shut up.
Well, so here's the funny part about that is I almost had a light today that I was going to put over my shoulder that would have been essentially like a poking, all right, we've been over time, we got to move on, but I didn't get it in time today, so I'm gonna call it my Randy light. Stop talking.
I could talk an entire episode about KOH. It's a different animal. It is completely a different animal.
We should probably do a whole episode on KOH. I would like to have somebody on some folks on who raced in it. And yeah, if you want to talk about it, man, let's
Well,
talk
you're
about
going
it.
to on the 10th.
We are actually good. Valid point. We are. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, someone should answer that question. So yeah, we'll get that then. And then we are actually there. There is another interview in the works. All I will say is that it's regarding the gap jump. And hopefully I'll have them on here within the next week or so, and then we can get that episode out. So I'm excited to talk to them about that. So
yeah.
cool. Yeah. Alyssa, I was looking for that video from KOH where they were trying to shoot down the drone, and I can't find it right now. So, here it is. Here it is. This clip kind of, I should have kept it as like a separate clip. This is exactly the chaos that was KOH. Some poor jackass got it too high in the air with his drone, and people started shooting Roman candles at it.
Poor drones.
Good Lord.
Surprised
I think he
no
made
one
it.
shot with a shotgun.
I'm just shocked that it lived. To be honest,
I think that was the big thing. Like everybody and their brother lit that thing up with laser beams. Like I would have I don't think I would have made it. I don't think the Skydio can avoid that much.
I wonder what the video looks like, though. I bet the drone footage is rad.
20 years ago, I would have been very comfortable in that mess. But now,
was that a Skydio or a DJI?
That was definitely not a Skydio.
I've heard Skydio doesn't fly well they don't do night, so
no. It won't launch itself at night if it can't see enough. Yeah,
it almost looked like a Phantom 4 or a Phantom.
Yep. Honestly, if I was going to be out there, I'd put an old Phantom up there. I wouldn't put a new drone up there. I put one of those.
I still want to see the video. I think the video is probably rad. It's probably like Roman candles coming at it with like this sea of humans. I bet the video is super cool.
If anybody's out there knows where that drone video is, to shoot it to me and we'll show it.
I'm gonna have to call a guy. I'm gonna have to call a guy and see if they cleared airspace for that.
Right?
Because I only know one drone that could have an airspace cleared for that. No, there were helicopters all over the place at night.
Oh, I guarantee. Yeah, that's the beauty part about it is that. That's probably why you haven't seen the drone video. What'd you say, Mike?
You know, people ignore those rules. Come on.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not going to get anybody in trouble. I just want to see
rules are made for breaking.
I want to see if there was somebody there. If somebody actually called in a airspace request.
Oh, I doubt it. And but to be fair, if they're depending on where they're at, if they're under a certain altitude, they might not need any kind of an airspace clearance. That's, folks, is what you get when you find out and you get your Part 107, which you need to fly or you need to have if you're going to fly and do this kind of crazy shit. There's a bunch of crazy video from KOH, and maybe we'll just I'll tell you when we'll talk offline, Bryan, and I'll tell you when that show is going to be. Maybe we'll have you guys have you on for that one. Cool. All right. Let's see here. Well, what else do we have? I don't have anything else in the news. We got off topic onto that. I have one news story that I wanted to share, and then Pope, I want you to pull up your stuff because I want you to do at least one of yours just so we can play your music. And because I love your new theme, your new video. This one was from a Toyota. This one, I'm going to do the land use stuff because I know it pisses off Pope and it can be kind of dry. But Toyota and GP and Gaia launched a program called Trail Karma. Toyota and Gaia GPS are stepping up to support trail access with Trail Karma, a program that funds local trail maintenance programs by doing the hard work on the ground. Every donation from off-roaders and overlanders is matched by Toyota up to $100,000 to keep public lands open and maintained. As part of the initiative, Gaia GPS is offering 20 overland routes for free on their overlanding map layer until May 3rd. These maps provide detailed routes, difficulty ratings, and key trail info, making it easier for people to find and use these trails responsibly. With federal land agencies facing federal budget cuts and layoffs, local organizations are more crucial than ever. They are the ones repairing trails, managing erosion, and advocating for access when the government funding falls short. So the essential piece of this was I got a news alert on it, and then I kicked at it, or kind of kicked at the anthill, and I was really surprised when let's see, here it is. Mike, look what showed up. Ignore all my tracks and stuff, folks, but Rainbow Falls is in here in Colorado as one of the 20 trails. So
Mini Moab?
Mini Moab. And there's another one here in Colorado, Cinnamon Pass, Long Canyon Road in Utah. Let's see here. What is this one called? Logandale Loop in Nevada, the Mojave Road, Edge of the World in Arizona. So there's 20 trails in here.
Logandale Loop. Logandale Loop. Really?
These are overland routes. They're not necessarily trails either.
Logandale Loop is a graveled road for 13 miles.
Don't get me started, because over here in the Land Between the Lakes tour, most of this is paved. The only part that's actually off road really is this piece here, which is the Turkey Bay OHV. That's the OHV part.
Man,
that's there.
how many rednecks live in there?
None, because this is all a recreation area. But around that, yes, tons of them. My father was one.
Hey, I have nothing against rednecks. They're fun.
Oh no, I'm half red.
They make the best mood. They make some of the best stuff out there.
It's a true story. But yeah, so essentially what they did was they gave a local group they gave $1,000 to the local group, and then they will keep giving up to, I think it's $5,000 per group or something like that, in matching donations from the community. So this stuff just came out. I'm sure you guys will start to see links in your areas from people posting about this stuff. But it's great. I mean, a couple grand to work on Mini Moab, and Rainbow Falls is a really popular area here in Colorado.
Huh.
You know,
I think that orange line is I-15.
Yeah, it could be. It might be a track I left.
No, that is I-15. Yeah,
it is I-15.
Yeah, it was a track I left. Yeah, yeah, that was whether or not I was going to make it on that track. Yeah, or I just left Gaia running.
So what? You just
both of those things are possible.
You started in Vail?
I have no idea, actually. No, it looks like I started on what was I doing here? This is
Man,
great
the
radio.
Vegas Strip is in there.
This is fantastic radio. Oh, I'm sure I left it on. Yeah, I did this
the
trail.
Vegas Strip.
I did this
That's
trail
my
and I
Onyx
did
off-road
Gaia.
on through the
Yeah,
strip.
and then we came back out.
Okay, why did it
and
pause at Caesars? Why did it pause at Caesars?
Oh, because I was. Oh, hell if I know. There's probably a long time frame in here. Oh no, it ends. It ends. Oh, we don't need it. Why are we doing this? All right, I blame you, Bryan. This is your fault.
It's always my fault.
It is. All right, Pope. Let me grab your
music. You want to know where the best
and then
adult entertainment is?
Yeah, that's why I didn't zoom. That's why I did not zoom in any further than that, because y'all didn't need to see it.
That's actually where Vegas does their Go Topless event on May 11th or whatever it is, whatever day that is. They do it at Hustlers of Hollywood in the parking lot.
Time for the Pope to read the news. Wait, we got the fucking Pope? Sorry, trailheads. I'm now told it's just a guy named Pope reading the news.
Just a guy.
It's the whiskey. Video. It's the whiskey.
We gotta get Pope in a Pope outfit.
Oh, he has them.
I've had
he
plenty.
has several.
Several.
Dang it!
Oh,
I could go off on a tangent about the Pope's choice of attire, to be honest with you, but that's for another day.
That's for another. I would make that a Patreon episode. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think
What
I'm
are you
just
doing?
going to start with this, the top one of the hard news.
Okay.
Because you know what? We haven't bitched about Jeep in a minute.
We haven't, and the only two real hard news stories I have are Jeep, and they honestly deserve both of them.
They do, but I like this top one. I don't know. I'm just hoping that the people at Jeep are ready for this. Oh, this stupid cold is making this hard. Let's see if we can sound very newsworthy.
I don't think you.
Stellantis promises 3 new Jeeps, but after their last move, should we trust them? Stellantis is back at it, trying to convince everyone that Jeep's best days are still ahead. Speaking at the National Automobile Dealer Association, who's letting this fucking guy talk? NADA show, the company confirmed 3 all-new Jeep models are coming, powered by gas, hybrid, and electric drivetrains. Sounds promising, right? Well, after the last few years of botched pricing strategies, endless recalls, and supply chain disasters, you'll forgive this reporter for being a little skeptical. And believe me, freaking skeptical.
I should have made it right even more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. For starters, they didn't actually say what the 3 new models are. So it's probably like they're ones they already have. There's another letter at the end.
Essentially.
One
Yeah.
of them's got to be the Recon, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yes, one is almost certainly the Recon, Jeep's upcoming all-electric off-roader that might give the Wrangler some competition if it ever makes it to production. The Wagoneer S is another likely candidate. Is there an HIT version? A premium EV that Jeep has been talking about for a while now. As for the third, who knows? Maybe they'll try to pass off another trim package or some new model. So like they'll make like a Jeep with a new V6 and call it like something special.
I mean, that's
what's
essentially what they
interesting
did
here-
when they got rid of the JKs.
Yeah. What's interesting here is the sudden pivot away from the EV only mindset they've been pushing for years. The previous leadership at Stellantis wanted to force electrification across the board with little regard for what Jeep owners actually wanted. I don't want your fucking electric cars. Now,
Or independent suspension.
yeah. Now with leadership in place, it looks like they've realized that not everyone's ready to ditch gas engines. Maybe that's why 4xe sales are slowing and dealer lots are filling up with unsold Broncos and Jeeps. It turns out pricing your core audience out of the brand and assume everyone wants an EV wasn't a great strategy.
I mean, seriously.
I'm sure right
yeah,
now a 4xe is $300 to lease it, zero down.
Yeah, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that they say don't plug it in or you could burn your house down.
Yeah,
there's
you
that
can't
part,
park it in your garage. You can't park it in your garage.
You're paying
not
a
saying- I don't-
premium for it, and then you can't even park it in your garage. Not to mention, so you made a comment about the independent front suspension. The Recon is going to be an IFS vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. They're
And-
competing with Lexus.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a Wrangler competitor, but my wife, we love that Renegade she had. It seems like maybe a better version of that. A little bit bigger, doors come off, the roof panels are supposed to come out. If they sell a gas version, I'm interested in it.
Like, it looks
I
like
think
a decent...
It reminds me of the Renegade the way it looks. It's not a bad.
And the silence of
The thing I really want about with it is, I wanted it to be more like a rock crawling EV, right?
You don't have to be friends.
It's not going to be a rock
Way
crawler,
better.
but that doesn't mean it's not an off-road.
We won't
It's at a
always
different
agree
spot
on which
in the market.
It's almost like the rebirth of the 90s Cherokee.
on which way to go.
I bet
Yeah.
it comes with
Yeah.
eyelashes.
They-
It comes with eyelashes too.
Comes
I mean,
with
I don't
eyelashes.
hate the look of
Huh.
it.
So if
They
you-
picked a
if
good
you-
color too.
I don't hate the look of it, but if I wanted it to be a serious off-roader, like that whole front fender would not be there. Like you basically have the whole front of your car should be clear up to the point you get to the tire, and they've got the tire all up in the wheel well there, and it's just going to
But our
be
difference
like a Jeep
can be
Renegade.
our strength.
Yeah.
I-
The way I see it is,
So
at
I
some
think I was
point,
hoping for it to
But
be a
choose
little bit more
wisely.
Jeep, Wrangler.
At some
But
point,
if
it's
it's
something to
a
drive forward,
high-end
too.
Renegade, dude,
My
I'd love
friends,
it.
my
I liked my
family.
Renegade. I just didn't like how cheap the Renegade was, right? So if it's a nicer car, it wouldn't be a bad deal.
Yeah.
I think they're competing with the Bronco.
I think they know
That's
they have
where-
to.
I kind
Yeah,
of
I mean
do
they
too.
have to, but that's where that's at is they're competing with the Bronco. They're not they've understand that the Jeep is the Wrangler's gonna beat the gas Wrangler is gonna beat out the Bronco any day of the week, because the Bronco people even say if it had straight axles, it would hands down beat a Wrangler.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
the Bronco
and I
doesn't have
kind of
straight
agree.
axles.
I think that's about what they're trying to do as well. I think they're making, and also the motor they're putting in this thing. They're saying it's supposed to have something like 500 horsepower in the electric version of the Recon.
Let's get a Trackhawk engine in it.
Yeah, put 1,000 horsepower in it. Then
Oh, heck
let's
yeah.
go play.
Yeah,
But I mean, even that, and that's, even a 500 horsepower motor. That's what I have in the Gladiator now, right? If you put that in a little tiny car with tiny tires, I think it's gonna be zippy. And that's not going to be a tiny car. It's supposed to be on the Stellantis large platform, so it's supposed to be a bigger vehicle. So it's going to be larger than a Renegade. Probably not as big as a Jeep. but it's
It'll
still
end
in
the
there.
first time a soccer. It'll end the first time a soccer mom puts her kids in that car and they slide out without the doors on it.
No, it doesn't. If that honestly, if that
That would have already happened
like
with Jeeps, man.
I feel like that would have already happened with the Jeeps at this point.
But the thing is, it looks funny with the doors off. It looks like when you take the doors off a Jeep Renegade, it looks as out of place as that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Taking doors off of Ford Taurus.
It'll be interesting to see if they do anything with it.
How's that work, Randy?
And well, here's why. And if we get to it, actually, Pope, go down to the Brawley XRT story, because this is why I think there might be a market there for that.
All right. So this company, Vanderhall, is they're in Utah County. So Vanderhall Brawley XRT. Vanderhall, best known for his quirky three-wheelers. And there's actually a clown that drives them to work every day and it's freezing. I don't know. Anyway, they're
Are they street legal?
Yeah.
The three-wheelers are this thing. I don't believe is yet. This is more of a side-by-side.
Yeah, so they're best known for their quirky three-wheelers, and they're jumping in the off-road game with the Brawley XRT. We're actually talking about this in my office, so everybody's coming to me to talk to it because I'm the off-road expert, apparently. So much man, to shake up the scene. Instead of a gas-guzzling engine, it packs batteries and electric motors, promising serious capability, at least on paper. The Brawley XRT runs on 4 independent electric motors, cranking out 404 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque. That's right in Jeep Wrangler 392 territory, but unlike the hefty 52 million pound V8 powered Jeep, the Brawley is lighter and quicker off the line. Its 60 kilowatt battery delivers an estimated 200-mile range, and fast charging you can get it to 80% in under an hour, assuming you're lucky enough to find a charger anywhere near a trail.
That's a legit problem now.
You got to bring your diesel generator with you, right?
You got to bring your diesel generator in the short term.
Rolling on 35-inch tires and 22 inches of suspension. Holy shit, that's a lot of travel. The Brawley has some serious off-road chops. For comparison, Wrangler 392 comes stock with 33s and 10.3 inches of clearance. The Brawley also ditches the bare-bones UTV experience with a fully enclosed cabin, heat, AC, and heated seats. If you want to feel like a Jeep, the roof panels can come out. Then there are the gimmicks, or the features. E-Crab mode lets them move diagonally in some sort of a sci-fi rover motion. Crab walking's cool.
That's cool.
What the fuck?
I want a crab walk.
ChatGPT.
Dude, that GMC commercial is badass because it crabs.
Yeah.
I'll go back and let ChatGPT know it got you wrong on that line.
Yeah. Easier tweaks for steering different terrain. E-Tank spins it in place like a battle tank. That would be rad on the trail, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And E-Crawl helps finesse tricky obstacles. Sounds great in theory, but the question is how it handles real-world abuse. Let's take it.
Oh man, Long's Canyon is so tough.
Take it back.
I mean, seriously, yeah. We're not. That was the thing. I looked through all their videos. I was looking for something rough.
So it's that. What is it? 34? Almost 35,000. It's not that cheap.
I think it's past 40 with any options from what I remember seeing a year ago.
Yeah. Look. Oh, dude, look like they're ripping off. Like
somebody made a Mini Cooper cool.
It's like they took the Bronco and the
Mini Cooper
and they put it together.
Something like that.
Somebody made a Mini Cooper cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, I want to try driving one. I think
I would test drive one of these 100%.
Yeah.
I saw this video and I was kind of like, you know what? That looks like it might be kind of fun to drive.
See, it's like. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I think I gotta try this thing out.
Okay, well, here, one more time for you folks in the back. If you're not watching this video, you really should be watching the video version. It literally does the tank maneuver where it just does the 360.
You're gonna see that in the next Fast and the Furious, Fast and the Furious 20.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you, Ludacris is gonna be driving one of these in the next one. Yeah.
But it's almost like a side-by-side that you have doors and a roof.
Yeah.
It's a cool Mini Cooper.
It's like the Mini Cooper and a Razor and a Jeep had a 3-seat.
a long night. Like Mike, I think like this could handle 85% of the trails in Colorado by itself.
Oh yeah, I like it. I want
Yeah, as long as you don't forget to plug it in before you get there.
I think it looks fun.
There is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but then you just bring a generator.
Yeah, and I feel like
generator.
I also, well, let's be honest about it too, right? Like 200 miles on a single charge, right? That is, especially in Colorado, you're not driving this to the trail, so you're not doing 200 miles in a day, even off road. So even if you used up, 100 miles of that, doubling that battery, you never go through the whole battery.
I wonder if they make a street legal kit for these, like, because all they would have to do in Utah is add a bumper to the front and the back, and you can drive that on the street.
Oh,
Does it come with a golf cart? Does it come with a golf club rack?
No, but I guarantee you there will be one for it. If not, someone can 3D print one for it.
I actually think it's really cool. I personally think it's cool. It's like a Mini Cooper on steroids.
But this is why,
you know what?
Be fun to drive.
Yeah. But this is why I think the Recon might have some legs underneath it. Like
it might.
I think it's that same kind of middle ground for people.
Yeah, at least with the Recon, you can drive it to work on Monday after you're done wheeling it.
There is that.
In Nevada, you can drive that.
Oops, that was the wrong button.
Yep. That's the wrong button. You turn the whole movie off. Oh shit, that was good. All right, cool. Yeah, that was all right. We inadvertently got to that story. I was really impressed with the tires though. 35-inch tires and 22 inches of travel. That was impressive for essentially a UTV.
Yeah, it's priced about the same as a Can-Am Maverick Pro R.
Yeah, but with doors. What?
We haven't talked about the biggest news of the week.
What's that?
BFG is back.
When were they
What's
gone?
that mean?
BFG is coming out with a BFG introduced a 42-inch tire.
Oh.
A 42-inch KM3, and at all Jeep events they will have BFG Garage again.
Oh, good. I missed that.
I missed BFG Garage.
For those uninitiated, what's BFG Garage?
So you like EJS as one of the major ones. They used to have it at Trail Hero,
Winter
4x4. If you break your Jeep during one of these events, you can bring your Jeep into them, and they'll fix it for you for free.
Oh, nice.
Usually you have to come up with the part because they don't have unlimited parts on hand and stuff like that. But they'll fix.
They'll help you and they'll point you in the right direction if you need to go find a part.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay.
And they'll put it back on your Jeep for free. They won't charge you for labor on it.
That's really
it was
cool.
really in a place like Moab for EJS. It is a game changer. It is a necessary thing in Moab. Moab leaves you hanging. There's not an off-road shop who can fix your stuff there. So if you break, you're screwed. You got to drive to wherever the nearest shop is in Colorado.
Right.
And so you're pretty much out of luck down there.
In Fruta?
Yeah.
Fruta.
I've been there. Yeah. When my engine blew up, it blew up halfway between Green River and Grand Junction. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's
3 years ago. Yeah. Thompson Springs.
I don't know if there's an off-road shop in Green River. If there is, you should let me know.
There is nothing. No, there is not. I can guarantee you there is not. From experience, I can tell you there's not.
There's 2 gas stations and a barn.
There's 2 gas stations and a dude that runs a semi station that thinks he can look at off-road vehicles, and then he gets it in and he's like, yeah, I can't do anything with this, and then sends you to Grand Junction. That's what happens.
Yeah, Grand Junction, yep.
All right. I'm not complaining at all. I'm not bitter about that trip at all. All right. I mean, 42s it's just so funny to me. Like when I started off-roading, like 35s were big. Like they were the big deal and they were the big thing. Like this was just 10 years ago. And here we are talking about 42s as kind of like being the new big game in town. And 37s are kind of like almost standard.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Like 37s are like the minimum that you need, especially on like the JL. You can put 37s on your JL and just go.
Yeah.
Then you really need a lift.
Yeah.
Well, the bad thing was BFG got so much flack because they never made a 40. They made a 39, and so they were from a lot bigger people than me. Because I don't run BFG, I run Nitto. But I thought that now that they're starting to listen to the off-road community and listen that the 42 is on bigger axles is by far uh, the tire that is the go-to for the big engine, big tire guys.
But how many of those big engine, big tire guys are out there? Like, do you think there's enough market for 42s?
But wouldn't you agree there's a lot?
Like you need 42s on a Gladiator, because if you're not running 42s, you're basically on 37s on a JL.
Okay.
You have such a bad breakover angle on it.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
if you're doing the kind of rock crawling we do, or even like less than that, I mean, like if you're doing like 777 type stuff, 40s is the minimum, but 42s is really nice because you really get your breakover angles out of the way. But it's also just beyond the working functionality of that Pentastar 3.6 motor. You have to kind of you're pushing the other limit there. So that's where you start seeing the people going with the V8s and the 42s, because then it gives them everything they need.
I mean,
and
a
they
lot
don't
of
have
it
to
is
have
going
any
for
talent or any driver skill. They just can drive over things. It's perfect.
It's going to be a fun night in that household.
Oh yeah.
No, well, but the buggy guys are using
Hope your Jeep doesn't
42.
fall
They're
there
using
tomorrow.
40s, 42s. It's the market is there because the buggy guys and at that price point at 12, what is that, 12.50 a tire?
Yeah.
You're
pricing a lot of people out.
Now, are these DOT tires? Are they doing stickies, or are they doing both?
No, they're red
Those
label
are
stickies.
Stickies.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun too.
Oh, that's so fun.
But again, those are $1,200 per tire. So $4,800 for tires you can't drive on the highway.
Yeah, well, but you don't drive them on the highway.
And use your DOT tires to clearance the rest of your shit, and then go put your expensive stickies on under.
The guys that are using these tires don't have clock springs.
You know what? Now I just want to get the goddamn thing fixed so I can stop hearing about it. That's where I've got. But you're right. You're 100%.
They don't actually have buttons. They don't have buttons on their steering wheels to make the radio work and the cruise control, because they've already eliminated cruise control.
Right.
Oh
yeah.
Randy's almost there.
Oh, I'm so ready.
To get rid of it all. All the electronics.
I want no more electronics in my vehicle.
I felt like you were going to have a strong reaction to all of the like features of the Brawley because of that too, because like it's all electric stuff.
I think electric things are cool to look at. I think like we should be looking more into a solar direction if we're going to like start I just think that just because it's in a battery doesn't mean it's any better for the planet. There's a lot of things that I have feelings about, like EV and things like that. But I do think it's really important for us to keep looking at different ways to do vehicles and things like that. I think it's awesome. I do not want my vehicle to have any computer whatsoever. I want it to like not talk to anything. I don't want it to ask for permissions. I just want it to work. And I think that that's how I feel about my personal vehicle.
I think
knowing there's ice on the road is nice to know.
Oh.
There is that. Yeah, but
does your vehicle tell you there's ice on the road?
Depending on
your eyeballs like looking out the window to see that there's ice on the road. I think that it's really nice for my
the toe pig tells me that there's ice on the road.
Oh, it's not your eyeballs that see.
I'm so offended that you want me to pay attention while I'm driving.
You ever had problems with your locking hubs on your toe pig?
No.
That was a quick answer.
So my F-350, I was in four-wheel drive when I went into the driveway, but I felt like the whole time I didn't have traction. And there was a couple spots where I was like fucking sliding around in this truck, right? And couldn't move forward. Traction control was bitching too. And so I'm trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with it. And I can't, and I get all the way home, and then I decide I need to go get some lunch. So I go drive to go get some lunch, and I get stuck pulling into the parking lot of the restaurant. And the fucking four-wheel drive is not working. Neither tires, or none of my front tires are spinning. Front hubs never engaged. They're like jacked up now.
I've never.
And so
I've had it have a problem disengaging once it's in. I've had a
I've
problem
had that
it
problem,
disengaging.
But it didn't
But
engage,
then you
and I
just
didn't
drive
realize
backwards
it
for
till I
10
was
feet,
stuck.
and it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it till I was stuck. So I have these, and these rims I have are nice, but they're these damn hubcaps with fucking Allen wrenches. So I couldn't get out and fucking manually lock that up. And so I took those fuckers off for the rest of winter.
Yeah, he doesn't need those on there. I don't think you've ever really thought about it.
No, I've never thought about it before. Well, usually it works. And so this is the first time. I don't know if I broke it when I was driving in four-wheel drive 75 miles an hour. But that thing's supposed to be a Baja-capable truck, so, it should be able to do that. But
I'm not saying it's that
I shifted into
instance,
four-wheel
but
drive over 50, though, in the snow, because it was a fucking blizzard with 2 inches of snow.
And you were going over 50?
Yeah. And then you should see the trucks. Actually, the snow and ice mode worked so good in that instance. But then when I was trying to drive home the other day, it was shit. So I think I broke the auto hubs.
That sounds about right. Good job.
Yeah.
I'm not.
All right.
With a Chevy, I've never had a problem with it. With a Chevy, I've never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
My Ford Bronco, the locking hubs, I broke those constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Just constantly. It was, if I went through a mud puddle too fast, it snapped. They're all come apart. And I'm like,
I feel like it's a whole conversation to have about like e-lockers versus locking hubs, and because I just don't like. I've had my issues with my e-lockers, but I wouldn't want to mess with locking hubs. Like that's just a hot mess of. It's just more stuff that I want to mess with.
it's a sticky note you got to put on your dash to go remember to lock them.
And I can barely remember to turn on my lockers.
I literally
and I
wrote
have
myself
the
a
button.
sticky note that says your hubs are locked. I did.
See?
So that when I pulled out of the driveway, I understood why my steering wheel felt so stiff.
That's amazing. Well done, sir.
You waste a lot of gas because normally when your hubs aren't locked, your axle shafts are just sitting there stable. They're not doing anything. You're just spinning. Your tires are spinning around. And when you engage your hubs when they're locked, they start spinning the axle shafts. So you start feeling that in your axle when you're driving.
Yeah.
And that's one of the major pains in the ass about owning an off-road vehicle is that. Now my street vehicle does it too.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
It is nice to have the option to go change it because, like on the Dodge, they have the same thing like the JLs where you have the front axle disconnect. So they have the one axle spinning, but it's not spinning the whole axle; it's spinning just a small part of it the whole time. And then when that engages, it locks the whole axle shaft, and they both do.
Yeah,
but that can break in half just like it does on the Jeep.
I think I've killed my lockers twice. So, but see the warranty that I have that you guys give me shit about. I replaced them both times. But
no, we don't care about your warranty. Your warranty is not the problem.
It's just the clock spring. I get you. Okay, fuck you
it's
too.
It's not
Bryan.
the warranty.
Right.
We think you're smart about the warranty.
Really? See, I think he's like just void his warranty and just start.
I'm like, how much does it cost to fix it myself? And how much is Jeep going to fight me to fix it?
And here's the thing: is this is a conversation for another day, but that has been a discussion topic internally lately. Has been okay. Have I reached the point where it's no longer worth the fight? So we'll see. Some of those things, like tire size, has probably reached that point, and partially because I'm already running bigger axles in the front than I was before. So because of the accident that I had last year. So some of these things might change. I'm going to continue to run that engine out until they tell me they won't pay for anything. So that was a $7,000 lifter I didn't have to pay for.
Let it sit there for a week and drive it after that, and you'll probably get that. They'll tell you that the engine's toast. because it won't have
That's
any
fine.
oil left in it.
Then that's fine. They just need to buy me out from it.
We need to
You
talk
heard
about
me,
that oil
Mopar.
leak.
That's okay. You heard me, Mopar. Buy me out for it for $20,000, and I'll turn around and go buy a brand new Gladiator for 33, and then have a 13,000. It'd be beautiful. It'll work out. All right.
But then you got to put another 80,000 into it, and then it's cool.
I haven't put 80,000 into this one, so we're good. We're still fine.
Oh,
You're still coming ahead.
I can't put 80,000 in this one because they have a fucking warranty on it, and there's the problem. And I get it, Randy. And so that's where I see the limit, right? That's where I see the problem. I get it. I see the problem. It was a good idea at the time. All right.
The only question I have, JD, is for the trails that you're currently doing, your Jeep works.
My Jeep does more than I need.
Yeah, and if you want to go do if you're wanting to go to the trails that Pope and Randy are doing, I'm out there doing, Michael's out there doing. Yeah, you're going to need to upgrade your.
Or I borrow Steven's vehicle or Steven's
I
Jeep.
have nothing. I have nothing against keeping your Jeep the way you
Borrowing
want it. It's your Jeep.
Jeep's a good option.
I mean, seriously, if he's just giving it out to folks.
Yeah.
All right.
You know,
it's free candy.
He doesn't even have it on. He doesn't even have it on Toro. He could be making money off it.
I mean, he really could, though. Well, I don't think Turo. Yeah, well, that's a different discussion for offline. I know exactly what Turo and how Turo feels about the off-road vehicle situation. All right, should we do a couple of fail videos and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, man.
All right, Alyssa, I wouldn't blame you if you decided to ditch us. I'm not gonna give you shit. Let's see here.
What did Alyssa think of the Brawler? It had full independent all the way, all four corners.
Would you buy one, Alyssa?
I would rent one.
Yeah, the steroided Mini
I'd
Cooper.
rent one. They're cute. They just look like enclosed razors. They seem cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to see how big one is.
I mean, seriously, I feel like they're big enough. So I don't know. I was looking at the tire size versus the vehicle itself. It looked like it would be relatively decent size. I feel like I could fit in it. It might be a bit of a squeeze, but once I was in it, I think it'd be fine.
I don't think neither you and me, if we sat in a Volkswagen Bug, I don't think we'd fit.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I'm not saying, and if it's that size, because I've sat in a Razor and it's uncomfortable for a guy my size.
Yeah, but if you have to, you can do what you have to do. Look, I was 450 pounds and 6'6", and I took my driver's test in a Hyundai Accent, so it can be done if you have to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't, but okay. Let's see. Let's do I want to show the one-wheel race because I'm never going to get to show this on another version of this show. So this happened at King Hammers. I don't know if you guys were aware.
Yes, I watched this.
World champion electric unicycle riders, as well as world national
champion electric unicycle riders.
What?
Unicycles.
That looks terribly dangerous.
Wait for the second video I have for you.
Won championships. They've won championships in China when they visited the manufacturer of these machines. And we couldn't ask for any better riders.
That's Willie Brady there.
Yeah, he just
what the hell?
Like the amount of damage, like my knees hurt every time I watch this.
It hurts my knees just looking at it.
I think I'd probably put my money on him. He just won the.
Oh, good lord! So then these guys get out here in it, right? Like,
all right, Jim, they're off. Here we go.
And then they're off.
All right. Dropping down off the top.
And here's what happens immediately as they start down this hill. Right? There's Aqua Jeep Girl. Well, no, it's not. But
AKA struggle bus
vehicle.
This is
as soon as they hit the downhill
course, guys. I mean,
it turns into a shit show.
Yeah, they're just negotiating their line through all of these rocks and everything right now.
They're not negotiating anything. They're just falling down.
Feature up there that those bigger trucks have been kind of pushing all that.
But this is what's so cool about King of the Hammers is there's so many random things. Like there's so many random like
Nico. Oh, Nico goes down. He is. He's
Yeah,
actually
like-
running the Be-Goat.
So do you just pick it up and carry it down like it's someone?
You eventually
No,
say,
you gotta
"Fuck
get-
it," and just walk.
You got to get back on the damn thing, and you got to keep going. So
Oh my god, that's a bad line, dude.
here's
He's a good
I've
line
got
over there.
Yeah, and this all came about because I saw somebody's like FPV video, like first person view.
These guys do the gap jump.
Oh my god. I would hope so.
That'd be funny.
Oh wow.
Oh, but
They
yeah,
could-
like they're
That.
just
That'd be me. I'd be in last place trying to get on the damn thing.
like
That
they're
is
just.
Oh,
It's some
this
weird
reminds me
shit.
of-
buddy. Drafting you.
What did it remind you of?
This reminds that area they were at reminds me.
This is somebody who has like
On the line.
literally like they have nothing better to do. They like literally have tried all the other things. They're like, you know
I
what?
bet you they never skip leg day.
I bet they don't.
Oh shit.
Super sketch going downhill. I like how this person like.
They're like
That's it.
bored with life. Like at this point, they're like, you know what? We've like thrown ourselves off of every
These
kind
guys
of
tried
cliff.
cocaine and we're like, yeah, cocaine's.
They've had way too much granola.
Good job.
Way too
Yeah.
much granola.
Oh
Holy
boy,
shit.
yeah.
I
So,
can't do
yeah,
it. They've
that-
had way too much granola for me.
It hurts me.
So that wasn't really a fail. I just had to share that one with you guys because I saw the I think Alyssa might have shared that video, and then I went down the rabbit hole of finding more and more about it. So
I
Wow.
mean,
I can see one of the one wheel with the skateboard one wheel.
oh,
That one,
Yeah.
I can
that would
see
be
that one.
worse.
But that one just looks like an orthopedic surgeon's dream.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's that's definitely sponsored by a chiropractor.
Maybe what
yeah.
they needed was like an amateur with them to
Let's
show like how good they are.
I mean, there is
all-
that because they all
yeah,
look like
like-
amateurs in that moment, really.
We're sitting here making fun of these guys and they're pro athletes. On their
They
unicycle.
probably are, but literally, this just looks like a bunch of jackasses on one wheel trying to get down a hill. And they might be professionals.
I mean, it's
like they might have
difficult.
sponsors.
Like that's difficult.
On the line.
Yeah.
No.
Ugh, nope. Nope. I'd kill myself on that. I would
It's like when we used
100%.
to have those off-road scooters when we were kids. With the
Yeah.
they were like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Razor, but they had BMX tires on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't have had that shit either. Yeah.
No, but that was rad.
Those were
That was
It's all,
rad.
all I think of is Happy Gilmore. It's all in the hips.
It's all in the hips. All right.
That's
I
a
think
bull rider that failed.
we showed this one last time, didn't we? We did.
yeah.
We showed this one. This is their road therapy. Let's do
Do
this.
you think those guys have sciatica from doing that?
I guarantee you they have sciatica from doing that. I guarantee you all of us have sciatica from doing this.
This one right here.
That one's hard
This-
because I know the line on this.
I know the line on this. I know what they did wrong.
Before I play this video, does anybody know this person?
I think I can't remember who this is, but I've seen this. I don't know if I know him
Okay.
or not.
Yeah.
Okay. This is
This is in our backyard.
yeah. There's no audio to it, so it's just this guy just and he loses it
No,
and immediately just
I assume something happened to his Jeep that he couldn't keep moving forward anymore because he was on the right line. He just had to keep going.
yeah,
he
it
Really
stopped.
stop.
And
Yep.
stopping there is deadly.
One, he also did it on Trail Tuesday when it snows in Moab every year. Because look at the tires; they're slick
Mm-hmm.
and cold.
It looks cold.
This is Slip Block Falls in Pen Hollow. Or Slip
This
Block
is
Gulch.
Slipknot Gulch.
This is Horseshoe Falls. Slip Block Gulch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did his
Yeah.
Jeep just,
That's Horseshoe
Ouch.
Falls.
So he felt
did it just
like
turn off?
he would have. Like I wonder if
Something
it just
happens,
turned off
like-
because what you do it's a little bit wet, and so when it's wet you have to freaking send it, and you just have
Yeah.
to stay in it.
So
Until-
right here
until
in
you
this
get up.
moment, they let off the gas, and
Yeah.
they start slipping backwards in that
Right.
moment, and you can see it. You can just kind of see it. Even if he tries to hit the gas at that point again, he's done. He's lost all momentum. And
Yeah.
It's this video that Poison Spider went out of business.
And he should have. I think he went back straight, and he should have turned back the way he came up.
Yeah.
So that
it probably all happened
Well, he
way
fell
too
in the hole.
fast.
I mean, it was just there was a lot of things.
But I think something went wrong with the vehicle to cause
could be.
this in the first
Yeah.
place.
Because you see it just stop.
All right.
No, I don't know,
was he
because
driving?
rolled-
Was he in a stick?
He might have
Oh,
stalled
he
right
might have
there.
stalled.
Oh.
The other thing that could happen is if you're in
Look at he is a stick. Look at his hand.
Yeah.
He's in a stick. It's a stick.
Look at that.
If you're
There's fucking
driving an
Zapruder film.
automatic, you'll lose your
See, but
momentum.
I've been in that same spot. It's because it's slick, and then he rolled back. He was a stick.
He shouldn't have let himself roll back. He should have stopped.
I think he thought, yeah.
On the flip side, it does look like he rolled into this divot here, so it might probably didn't have a whole lot of damage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do we want to call it a fail or a win? Do we want to move on from it?
That's a fail.
That's a fail.
This obstacle. This has been a very hard obstacle.
It's not a very hard obstacle. You can get as cindy or as not cindy as you want on it.
All right. Okay.
Actually, I haven't been able to crawl it yet. I want to be able to crawl it without, that's my plan, but it needs to be 95 degrees and sun is right on it.
The last time I did it this weekend, I just did a little bit of gas compared to how I
but
normally
you have
drive.
a different wheelbase than I do.
I know.
To crawl that in a JL is almost near impossible.
Right.
But if it's hot enough, I might be able to.
Yeah, the Gladiator wheelbase, I'm starting to become I'm normally all the gas in the world guy, but lately my axles have been blowing themselves apart, so I've been trying to play a little more under control. And now I'm getting booed and everyone's like, "Come on!"
They're talking about putting a gas station out by that at the far bathroom just so you can refuel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, man. I need it.
Damn.
Terrible.
Maverick,
right.
get your shit together.
It wasn't. It's not a bad idea. I mean, come on, it's not a bad idea.
No, if they could just figure out how to get a fuel truck over to it.
Yeah, but it's not too far from. I mean, you can.
You can take West Rim.
You take West Rim. I feel attacked. All right.
We theorized you could take a trailer up Wayne's World.
Yeah.
And back backwards over to it.
All of this is YouTube gold.
What about that road that we came out when we were coming out of the Fallen, and we came down that back road? That'd be easy for a trailer to get up that.
Oh, that's East Rim, I think.
Yep. East Rim? Yeah, that sounds about right, though.
When we had to come out that day, was it the Fallen that we did? I think it was the Fallen.
We came out. I don't remember what we were. Well, we were out on Unforgiven. It was East Rim.
Unforgiven, yeah.
Unforgiven, yeah.
But you could take a trailer up that. You could take a trailer up that.
Yeah, that was Baz Ackwards and Wayne's World, I think, was that road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So all you'd have to do is get over to the sand dune to get to the portalettes over there. Boom.
Yeah. I think my Jeep broke in Arizona somewhere.
We were really close to Arizona when your Jeep broke.
Yeah, I think.
I was looking at a map. I didn't realize
we
how
were closer
far
to Arizona
out.
than we were to San Hollow State Park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well
you're almost to Moab. We were out there. I mean, we were.
Well done.
We were a PB and J away from Moab. It was out. It was out there.
I love that area though. I think it's so cool out there.
Oh, yeah, I want to go explore more of that. I want to go explore that Logandale area a lot more.
Like the BLM Rangers don't even go out that far. They're like, no, this is a different county. We're
It
out.
was cool though, but some of those obstacles stuff that was so rad. That was like, if it wasn't that far out, I think it'd be one of the top trails in Moab. Or I mean, in San Hollow.
Yeah.
It would be like,
yeah, but if we just came out the East Rim and went up that way, it wouldn't be as far out to come to. It's a far drive because we're coming up through the dunes to go out to do
But if you came up through the Green Gate and went up around East Rim or around Wayne, around Wayne's to get in or something like that, maybe that'd be a little bit better.
I don't even think it's that far. I like driving on that kind of stuff. I like driving out there though. I like the dirt road stuff to get to things.
To get out to the cool places, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we call it's so far out there, but it's like we're driving for a half an hour. But when you live in Salt Lake and we go wheeling, it's going to be a 45-minute drive before I'm anywhere.
But we
Anyway,
also need
so,
to look. We're Instagrammers. Some Instagrammers are getting paid from those videos, and if it's in Arizona, you got to pay a different tax than Utah.
I thought you said instigators. That's what I thought
He is
you
an
said.
instigator too.
He is an instigator.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
All right. Let's see here. I feel like I should do one more. Let's see here. Where's the one? Oh, that's a different one.
I'm the Pope and I'm unapologetically me. This is the brand, goddammit. I'm the Pope and
This is the brand, damn it.
What?
Oh, that got distorted.
Is that AI?
That was a fail. No, that was a fail. I don't know what happened to the audio on that one. That's too bad.
I don't remember saying that.
I know you didn't. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of the recording all these shows. Let's see here. Let's you know what?
Untrue, but
it's not untrue. Let's do this one because I have a follow-up video that I'm going to post to Instagram this week, and you guys will understand why in a second.
Oh,
there's no audio.
God. Like the block.
I really wish I had the audio in here.
But I actually think, okay, so the funny thing is I was watching this one. I think this one's set up. I think that they're like,
yeah.
I don't think this was.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
under
that
there.
makes sense.
Those windows are really dark, and that front windshield is tinted.
Oh,
so you can't see if somebody's actually in it.
And you don't see it hit anything.
Valid, yeah. And it does look like it's headed in the direction of trees. It should have
hit the trees. But oh, look, it just happens to turn and go straight down the road. How nice.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at this. Eagle eyes. I love this because I hadn't paid that much attention to it. I was just like, I've seen this video before. I just watched it happen in Castle Rock. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
come on. They're sitting there with a G-Wagon.
Did this video in real life.
I just feel like it feels very.
Yeah, I mean, if this
It
actually
does.
happened to you, you got to post the aftermath, right? What's it look like?
Like,
I mean,
you know
yeah,
what? That's a really good point, Nathan. Yeah.
You gotta post the. Show me what happened to the truck bed, or it didn't happen.
So here's what's interesting that you guys, now that you guys mentioned that, if you look at the very beginning part of the video, it does not look like he just pulled a U-joint out.
No.
No,
it's still
he
there.
just pulled the wrench out.
It's still there. It's
The drive shaft didn't go nowhere.
This is like.
All right.
But I have pulled the drive shaft, and I know that what'll happen next is it'll start beating the fuck out of the guy underneath it.
Yeah, it's gonna go.
It's gonna hit him a bunch of times.
Yeah, it will.
And you won't go rolling because the drive shaft will get stuck in the ground.
That is if you're not holding it while you roll out of the driveway, right?
Ask me how I know.
Yeah,
Ask you how you know.
If you look at that last bit too, I think you can see the wheels are turned, steering it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, someone's definitely.
Oh, look at you! Look at that, Nathan. See,
Well, who's not going to jump in the vehicle and try to
Yeah,
push
look
the
at
brake?
steering
Like,
at the bottom.
yeah.
These guys failed at being the Peck brothers.
These guys are bullshit.
They're failed
guys
at
are
trying
bullshit.
to like whatever.
This isn't a film.
Alright.
This is bullshit. This is
We need to
called
send
you
this to the Peck. This
Yeah,
is a
we
fail.
called it. Right there. Yep.
Yeah, that's her.
If you're gonna pretend to wreck your $100,000 F450, I want to see you wreck it.
Exactly.
Like, for
And I
real.
want to see the aftermath too.
I want to see the State Farm evidence.
The State Farm evidence.
I want to
Yeah,
see the
that's
discount
valid.
double check on this thing. Come on.
All right. Yeah. All right. Then I feel like we need to do a real actual fail then. All right. This one's from Factor 55. Let's do this one.
Oh.
It's like easy one. Just simple. Pay attention to where you're hooking up your soft shackles to. Whoops. This looks like Colorado, if I'm being honest.
To be honest, ripping the front bumper off is probably the best case scenario.
True.
'Cause it could have gone worse if
It
that
is.
ball came off.
No, it's in
Right,
Japan.
if
It's
that ball
Japan.
It
was-
is.
It's
I just saw
Japan
that.
or China. I can't read, so it's.
It is China,
Well,
I think. I mean, it's somewhere. It's somewhere where they use not kanji letters.
It's in Asia because that's actually a Toyota.
I don't even want to go there with it.
Tundra.
No,
yeah.
you know what Lexus stands for?
No, pray tell.
So it's luxury exported. What is it? Exported U.S.
or whatever they're called
from Toyota.
The luxury exported.
Oh, the Hilux, yeah. I mean, Hilux people give the Hilux shit, but it's a tough little truck. It does a lot of stuff.
We're the only country that actually has like because the Toyotas are made by our Lexus is made by Toyota, and so they're all the same. It's the same. And
so Jaguar is made by Ford. What's your point?
Well, Jaguar is a separate company, but Lexus is only branded in the U.S. It is not branded overseas.
Yeah, the Japanese car manufacturers figured out years ago that they could upsell the U.S. market with luxury vehicles. Infiniti was the same for Nissan for a while there.
Yeah, let's put a different name on it. Yeah, exactly. Well, next time we'll talk about the Lexus's $115,000 off-road vehicle that has 33-inch tires.
What a deal!
Sounds like the new Jeep.
Yeah.
It sounds like the new Jeep. Yeah. All right. Well, we should get the hell out of here. We've done enough damage here today.
All right.
All right. Let's run around the table. Anybody else got anything here? I've taken that off there. That's a fail video.
Florex,
I'm not even just hook your shit up to the right stuff.
Is our next thing. If you guys are in the Salt Lake area, I know a lot of people are coming in from out of town to come up here. Typically, you'll have Trailmater, you'll have Matt's Off-Road Recovery, Pet Brothers, and Randy. And so you're going to have she's in the same category as all them.
What?
Your guys' job is to get an interview set up with Matt's Off-Road Recovery. That's your job.
We'll see.
That's all I ask.
Like we're not there whenever we go up to them.
Yeah, I think
that's easy.
Just call them.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah,
do it as long as he can video.
I literally gave them my video, like my card, out the window at Sand Hollow. I just didn't want to bother them.
Yeah.
I'm sure Matt would. I'm sure Matt and Rudy would do it if you just let them video the other side of it too, so they can put it on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Yeah. Oh, don't. There's a whole debate about the guy who got stuck up here in Mount Herman Road. All right, sounds good. All right, Mike.
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
That's all you got? Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Mike, anything?
Nothing.
You know anything fun? I'm going out Sunday. I'll hit you up. The plan is to go out Sunday, so we'll see how that plays out. I'm trying to find some place that isn't too gross.
He's going to Germany.
But he's not going to Germany Sunday.
No. That's me.
So, and it's going to be 63 here, so we've got to take the good days while we have them. It's about to be summer here again. All right. Alyssa, how about you? Anything special, fun, exciting?
No, not really.
No? Good?
No.
You done with us?
No.
Okay.
Hanging on.
You can be done with us today. It's okay. It's fair.
She's on her way to Moab soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
I'm prepping.
Getting rid of us for a while.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yep.
Good deal. All right. And Nathan, you got anything fun going on anything time soon, or are you just hanging out?
This past Wednesday, they opened registration for the Bantam Jeep Heritage Festival this year, so a little bit later than normal. But so if you find your way out this way in June, we'll be up there, and then probably just hitting the local trails till then.
Good deal. You're our East Coaster, man, so you're our correspondent out that way for that.
Oh, yeah, I volunteered the trail guide this year, so it'll be a little bit different experience for me. Yeah, we're not going to camp and go like we normally do, so I figured change it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's always fun leading new people out in there and getting new people out in the trails. So good deal, man. Awesome. All right, and Bryan, you're what's next for you after Page?
Phoenix, and then home, and then Sand Hollow, and then Logandale, and then home. I don't know. I can go hit trail on a Tuesday.
I know. It's also 80 where you're at.
I'm getting ready. Yeah, it's 80 degrees this week. We're getting prepped and everything ready for EJS, getting all that stuff done. Even though it's 2 months out, there's still stuff to order. New seats. It's got to get new seats.
I so need that. Yep.
I got to pick up a new steering wheel tomorrow. So,
all right, good deal, man.
Why I'm down here in Phoenix.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Well, I hopefully by the next time we all meet up for a live show, I will have had my oil issue addressed and actually fixed, and I won't have to worry about that shit anymore. And then, Bryan, next time I see you, hopefully shortly thereafter, I will not have a clock spring issue anymore. So, fingers crossed. All right,
we're working the issue.
Cool. Well, anybody got anything left in their alcohol that they're drinking? Pope, I don't think you got banned, right? You got told no for the Fireball?
We're just drinking water.
We're just drinking water. It's best.
Damn it.
You have NyQuil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we've been
That's probably
living.
what they've been drinking, yeah.
You can have a shot of NyQuil.
Yeah.
You could. It's the end of the show.
The problem is that, like, we're at the point of, like,
not trying to
NyQuil and
instigate.
JQuil and stuff. No, I'm just saying, like, it's like we've been taking it so much that it, like, sounds like medicine stomach.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
Okay, change it up to Robitussin.
Right? Oh, are you going to take a shot? You can have a
that
shot.
really doesn't mean.
I'll have a shot. I just can't drink it all night.
There it is. If you're going to bed next, so you're good.
Yep.
Let's see. Tonight I got a caramel vodka, because that's what was in my little thing. All right. Please, if you've got an off-roading news or an event you'd like to promote, please reach out to me at jd@thetrailheadnetwork.com. Leave us a message at 719-408-0132 or hit us up anywhere at thetrailheadnetwork.com. So yeah, I got a caramel vodka, Hope, and whatever Randy's got in our water. And the rest of you guys, non-alcoholics or alcoholics.
I got my water.
Right.
Water.
Ooh.
Promise.
Okay, that was really good. I like that. Ooh, that was really good. All right.
I was going to ask Nathan, is Nathan going to are you doing the 24 hours to Mothman event?
No, do you know when that is? I heard about it. I didn't hear the date, though.
It's like May.
I guess it depends on if I do that Trail Hero X or not. So that's in May as well.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping you do it.
If you do Trail Hero X, man,
I hope it
we'll
works
talk
out.
about it because I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to hear about it. So
I'll reach out to him until I check to see, because nothing says from a liability standpoint. I don't know if my son can come with us or not. Because if he could, that'd be awesome.
He said kids and dogs, right? Like when he was on, he was saying like kids and dogs can come too.
He was very much about dogs, yeah, especially.
That's Casablanca doesn't allow dogs.
Well, that's fine, but you don't have
so
to.
then you can't.
What about a feral 4-year-old?
Take them on. I thought that they were saying.
No, they do. They have pools for that. They
got pools for 4-year-olds. Yeah, you're good.
No, I mean
I got places
like
in them.
I live a block and a half. I live a block from where it starts and finishes, and
so
that's where Kate gambles. So we know that dogs aren't allowed in the hotel.
Right. So Bryan is saying that he will watch your dog for you while both at the beginning and the end of the event. Your dog can stay at his house.
I do not watch children.
Okay, that's fair. But dogs are fine, right?
I make sure that I have stale Chips Ahoy cookies and throw them at them.
But dogs are good, right?
I live in a retirement community for a reason. Grumpy old man.
All right. Well, we've done enough damage here. Let's get the hell out of here. Thanks for riding along with us this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of your off-road adventures. Safe travels on and off-road. Always stay the trail, and we'll see you next time at the Trailhead. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
There's Leon. That was beautiful.
I am tired. I did not mean to.
No, you're fine. Hello, Trailheads, and welcome to the Trailhead. Before the trails start today, we need to have a short safety meeting. Off-roading is an exhilarating but inherently risky sport. The insights and opinions that are shared by our hosts and any experts or guests on the podcast are intended to inform and inspire, not replace professional guidance. The trailhead guests, partners, and any sponsors are not liable for any actions that you take based on what you hear. It is your responsibility to seek professional advice and make informed decisions, especially when attempting potentially dangerous activities. Always check current trail conditions and comply with local laws and regulations. Off-roading requires careful preparation and respect for safety, so ensure that you're well prepared before hitting the trails. And now that that's out of the way, buckle up and let the stories begin.
Feel the ground shake. Pedal down, dust flying, no time to waste. The trailhead's calling, engines fire, we're on a roll. This is where trails start and stories unfold. Under starlit skies, where the wild things roam. Every trail a journey, every Jeep a home. Meet me at the trailhead, where the wild ones run, where the dust kicks high, and the day's not done. With the road wide open, in the dirt in our soul. This is where trails start, and our stories unfold. Oh, when the trail gets tough, we crank it up. Dig down deep, yeah, we never stay stuck. Jeeps on the ridge, friends by our side. Off-road family, it's one hell of a ride. Bricks keep rolling, the days wearing thin. Gonna tell our stories round the trailhead again. Meet me at the trailhead, where the wild ones run, where the dust kicks high, and the day's not done. With the road wide open, in the dirt in our soul. This is where trails start, and our stories unfold. Oh, when the trail gets tough, we crank it up. Dig down deep, yeah, we never stay stuck. Jeeps on the ridge, friends by our side. Off-road family, it's one hell of a ride. Rigs keep rolling, the days wearing thin. Gonna tell our stories round the trailhead again. Meet me at the trailhead, where the wild ones run, where the dust kicks high, and the day's not done. With the road wide open, in the dirt in our soul. This is where trails start, and our stories unfold. Meet me at the trailhead, where we roam. Where trails start, and stories unfold.
We're recording now, so we're no longer in a safe space.
I'm being a good boy. I'm not.
Are you?
No.
Okay. I think we just need to be
killer. I found some amazing axles today, and
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you found
they're the things that little boys dream of. Wait, I said that wrong. There's the things I dreamt of as a little boy. That's what I meant to say.
I'm a little concerned about what you dreamt of as a little boy.
You know, Hot Wheels, big Jeeps.
Uh-huh.
Did you buy
big
axles?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I haven't purchased them yet.
You're close to in trouble, but not in trouble yet?
They're going to be built.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. For you, I know it's more money. Not
Well, what are
sending
you
me.
getting? You can't say what they are?
Well, let's see. I started my morning off in Salt Lake City
Oh, well, why didn't you say hi?
because you're
Oh.
sick.
Oh, well, I mean, I would have told you that, but like, you should have at least tried.
I mean,
No, we were there. We were there for a hot minute. We drove from Mesquite to Salt Lake City to Page, Arizona.
Wow.
So I was there for a hot minute. But
don't feel bad. They gave me crap when I was there too. So
no, I owe Pope and Randy a stopover when we are in Salt Lake City next time.
Yeah.
If they're there.
Well, so do I.
Definitely.
My wheel,
I know it's
my
hard
wheel was
because
falling
we're
off.
like 50-50 right now.
Yeah. And I figured, well, if I don't see him on a Tuesday, I'll see him on Saturday. So.
Wow. All right. Well,
yeah, we do need to hang out while we're down there. It's just been like really chaotic getting everything together, but now it feels like it's starting to slow down.
Well, you got sick singing Creed. That's what it was.
Wait, did you go see Creed?
No.
You're just screwing around.
We were
It was dumb.
It's a fun story, actually.
It is a fun story.
It's off-road related because it's the people we will with.
Oh yeah. Well, we were hanging out with Warning Lights, and if you've ever hung out with Warning Lights, Tim, it's always a good time. He's just a good guy. He's funny, and he
Very
hates
funny.
Creed, but it's fun to sing it to him.
So next time you see him, you can tell him that Scott. I still feel like Scott Stapp owes me $250 from that concert. So because I went to the concert that ended Creed. I was there for it.
Funny.
I don't know. You might owe him more money.
No, I spent enough money at that concert. I don't know him shit. And that was
it wasn't enough. Band broke
that
up
concert
after
was
that.
no. I'm still bitter about it. 25 years later, I was there. 20 years later, I was bitter. I was pissed about that show. He was just all kinds of messed up.
Are you mad about the show, or are you mad at the fact that you were a Creed fan 25 years ago?
All of these things can be true at the same time.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I'm well aware of the problem. So yeah, now do you see the Nickelback is doing a concert with Creed?
Oh, that sounds appropriate. Actually.
I want to go.
I'm pretty sure that
I got our camera. There it is.
That's how Portal to Hell opens.
I got a new love for Nickelback after watching the documentary on Netflix.
True story. They're my favorite band. I love them. So they're
funny.
awesome.
They're no Metallica, but they do what they do what they promise they're going to do. They're going to make one-hit wonders, and they crush it.